Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me this week, and I hope you're having a great week. This will be your weekly reading for the week of September 21st through the 27th. And during that time, we'll have a new moon that comes up on the 22nd, and that's a time for a fresh start, new beginnings, a time to, start new projects, that sort of thing. Also, we move then into the waxing crescent energy, and that's a time of heightened senses when it's time to kind of buckle down and start to plan or get to work on those new things that you want to get started. So please keep those moon energies in mind as we're moving through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Sagittarius. So as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else. And your overall message for this reading: a personal issue reaches resolution. All right, let's see what Sagittarius Collective has going on for the week. As I'm shuffling, I would like to say that since my readings are free to you, all that I ask in return is that you hit that subscribe button right there. It really helps my channel, and it is super easy for you to do. So I'll give you a moment while I'm shuffling to do that right now. Thank you very, very much. And if you've been a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and helping me build a community here. I see you, and I do appreciate you so much. So thank you. All right, let's get right into your reading today. A personal issue reaches resolution. Sagittarius, September 21st through the 27th. Let's see what your overall present energy for this week. Okay, there we go. Present energy, Queen of Swords. Well, Sagittarius, whatever is going on, personal issue reaches resolution, and apparently it's going to reach a resolution, and you're not going to be shy about saying to someone what that resolution is. You know, when I see this Queen of Swords, she speaks what's on her mind. She says it very clearly and does not mince words, and that will be your energy this week. So good luck with that. I like that. Be very clear. Whatever it is, you need to just be clear and concise. That's what you need to do about it. Your current situation is the Three of Swords. So something that has been, kind of heartbreaking or difficult for you. And again, if it's some sort of personal issue, and again, you're not going to be shy about speaking up about it, but it's something that's kind of, this is a card of heartbreak, but remember that it is air energy. So it's kind of mind break, is, the thing, like in your mind, you're just, um, sometimes something happens and your mind just can't get over, like, I just can't believe that happened. Even though it does affect your heart, but that's the reason you're speaking up. So whatever this personal issue is, it's coming kind of to an end there with some heartbreak. At the root of the situation is some sort of argument, here with the Five of Wands. Also, if you have a Scorpio in your life, some of these same cards have come out, two of them anyway, and the Scorpio reading that I just did. And I will say the readings have been so strange this week. I feel like the astrology is interesting this week. We have an eclipse that starts a solar eclipse on the 21st that starts us off, and then we are kind of in equinox season also. And the readings have just been a little weird this week, every single one of them. Anyway, let's keep going. I feel like there's just tension. There's a lot of tension, and it's in the entire collective. It's not just in your sign, it's in all the signs. I can see, what's been fascinating for me is reading online and reading for these collective groups is that I can see where all the different signs are interacting. It's really, really interesting. And again, they're, some weeks go by and the readings are just very easy. Like everyone's having a very light time, and some of them are very heavy. So sometimes I do feel like that is connected to the astrology a little bit, what's happening on the planet. So a lot of change, a lot of things going on. Conflict this week has been kind of a theme in your recent past, Queen of Wands. So whatever's going on with you, it's something that you feel very deeply about and very passionately about. And, something is, you're just resolving something. It's something that you feel very deeply about. And, you're going to be very vocal about it. And you're going to say, yeah, here's how I feel about this thing. And again, there could be some underlying conversation or something that comes up about it that kind of leads you to that conclusion. What's on your mind this week is the Hierophant. Again, with these cards that are coming out, the same for a lot of the other readings. I don't think that one was Scorpio, but let me look here. Might have been the Libra reading, I think, the Hierophant card. So on your mind is to seek out wisdom and guidance and counsel. And this could be while you're at a tarot reading, but it could also be that, you're going to, maybe go to church this week. You're going to get in front. You just want to hear the spiritual, you know that whatever is going on with you is kind of a spiritual thing, and you're going to tap into trying to find guidance in that area, whatever that is for you. And go ahead and do that. If you're having a time of spiritual growth and you need to seek that sort of information out, it might be a lecture that you watch or a sermon, or picking up a book, or again, a tarot reading, maybe not just me but other people, that you're just kind of out there seeking. So definitely do that if it's a time for you to do that, and it can be life changing for you. What is just ahead of you this week is, you're done with something. And again, we've got all of these swords coming out, so this is very mental. This is something that, again, if it's brought up by some sort of debate or argument or something, but you are done, you are putting something behind you, and you're looking for a new way to move on, and that's probably why you're seeking that sort of guidance. But it is something it appears to be kind of spiritual for you, Sagittarius. In your advice position is the Devil. Very interesting. Interesting that this is coming up in your advice. And I would say that the advice is to kind of look around and see what is the devil in this thing that you're examining. What has been a false truth there. What has been in this situation that you feel like has maybe kind of been influenced by something bigger than all of us, right? Some evil bigger than all of us, but it's definitely leading you to some sort of ending, maybe in your way of thinking. It just kind of, I just feel like it's boom. And so, think about what the devil embodies, which is, false truth, false fears, insecurities, being closed minded, being in denial, false obstacles. This is the devil that puts, self-doubt into all of us. This is, where you're being very negative, or you want to procrastinate, that sort of thing. Could also be about dependence. This is kind of, the devil likes to distract with things that are addictions and that sort of thing. So, and the advice is, I feel like the advice is to really look that stuff in the eye and see that it is a bigger evil than even you realized, if that makes sense. What is beyond your control is, yeah, moving on to the future. As you let go here with this 10, you're done thinking about it, and you're already trying to pick up the pieces. And how am I going to be different? I've stated how I felt about it. I'm very passionate about this thing, but I'm going to move on with a different attitude here with the 8 of Cups there. What is your secret desire, or what you're trying to avoid is collaboration, with the 3 of Pentacles here. Are you trying to avoid explaining this to others, or is it your secret desire to share this? This is really what I feel like, is to share, whatever this realization that you've had. I do feel like you may share with others, or, again, it's, you may be avoiding sharing it with others, but because of this Queen of Swords being, your present energy right now, I think any opinion that you have, it's going to be very hard to keep your mouth closed on it. So go ahead and let it out. In your outcome position is the 4 of Cups. So yeah, none of this is going to make you feel great. I feel like you do get a resolution this week, but it's an ending, and it is what it is. But I think the good thing about it is that there's kind of, it's like the new layer of a spiritual awakening. I don't see spiritual awakenings as being a thing that happens once. I feel like it's something, there's layers to it. It happens over and over, and this is just kind of like your next layer. It's like the peeling off of the next thing that makes you seek and go a little bit, a little bit further in your spiritual growth. So definitely do that, and make sure you're using whatever this is as a catalyst to look within yourself and make your own improvements and changes. So, what is hidden from you, Sagittarius, is the 8 of Swords. So, You don't feel stuck anymore. I feel like that's why this is hidden from you. Also, we do have 2 8s on the table, so you might want to look up angel number 88, but you're not feeling stuck anymore. I feel like you're free of whatever this is. It's been kind of a burden, and you're free to say, you're going to say what you want about it. You've always been free to say what you want, but you feel more free this week for some reason to let it go, say what's on your mind, and that's just fine. And again, you're probably not going to feel great about it. You're a little dissatisfied about it, but you are thinking about the future. And I think, once the pain and sting of whatever this is for you, once you get over that, which may not be this week, you may not feel better till next week or the week after, but hang in there because I think it's coming. I think this is just something that came to a head and had to happen. Again, your overall message was a personal issue reaches resolution. So it will resolve. The feelings may take a little bit more time. All right, let's see what the Soul Oracle deck says for Sagittarius, September 21st. Strengthen your gifts. So yeah, that just means, work on you a little bit this week. And if strengthening your gifts means letting that voice be clear, then do that. And also strengthening your gifts by, seeking out some sort of guidance there too, and just learning something about the world, about yourself. Something that I feel like sometimes we have to go through certain hardships to get to a place where we can really understand a thing, especially a spiritual message, a spiritual lesson. You kind of, it's kind of thing where you can explain it to someone, but until they go through it, they're really not going to understand it. So it's that kind of feeling that I'm getting from all this. All right, self-care for Sagittarius. What does Sag need to do in the way of self-care September 21st through 27th? And the card that comes out is reassess. You have the right to change your mind. And you have, and that's okay. Yeah, a personal issue. So I feel like this has something to do with something you've believed for a long time. It just comes to light that that is not the way things are. It's very disappointing for you, but you realize that there might be another, darker power just kind of at work, which kind of pushes you again through this to this awakening. But you're not stuck anymore. Maybe you've been stuck on this for a while. It could be that you've been ruminating, thinking about this thing, but now you're kind of just seeing the bigger picture and you're going to learn the spiritual lesson from it. And that's yours forever. So, Sagittarius, thank you so much for being here with me today. I do hope there was something in here that you can take away and use in your week. Again, the readings have been just so strange this week. The energy is I don't even know. I'm gonna find a way to get through um get through the week myself. I mean, I don't know, should we all just stay indoors and, I don't know. It's gonna be a weird week. I'm convinced from all the different readings. And if you're curious, if you have a partner or something you want to go cross watch, go watch theirs and see how these readings intertwine, see how what's going on in your life. Does it intertwine with your partners, or a close friend or someone that's close to you? So cross watching is an idea. You can get some more information there if you're interested. Anyway, thanks again, Sagittarius. And again, if you like my reading style, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps me, but more importantly, it'll help you find me next week, and we'll see where this story goes. So thanks so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.